Hello. Well, I know I don't usually do two podcasts today, but I found it imperative to do a show just on Nathan Peterman and also Sean McDermott's blind confidence of Nathan Peterman and how that is affecting the Buffalo Bills right now and moving forward. And I think this is a very serious situation and could be a black cloud that looms over Sean McDermott's head, not only this season, but also next. You see, the Bills have their quarterback of the future, as if they think they have their quarterback of the future. We don't know, because Josh Allen has only played in 5 games, and as I said in the last broadcast, he has not shown any progression. He hasn't really regressed, but he hasn't progressed to where maybe Sam Darnold is right now. Of course, he had 240 yards passing and 2 touchdowns against the Colts. That's where Josh Allen should be at the moment, showing some sign of progress, maybe passing for a couple touchdowns and getting over maybe 200 yards passing, which really all the rookie quarterbacks did last week. So you have that. You have your quarterback of the future. And when you have your quarterback of the future, that's what you should be focused on. That one quarterback and making sure that he is successful, especially early in his career, so he can have the confidence for to make even bigger step forwards in year 2, in year 3, and beyond. But right now, the Bills are not doing that. And one of the big reasons is because of the Bills and Nathan Peterman. You see, he did win the quarterback competition in the preseason. He did. He looked good. He had command of the offense. He drove the offense down the field and scored a couple touchdowns, which is great. But that's preseason. He also looked good in the preseason last year and really did the same sort of thing where he moved the offense and came away with points. And some people, I remember, thought last year that he had the ability to start in week 1. Obviously, that didn't happen. That was Tyrod Taylor's job to lose, but people had confidence in him because he looked good as a rookie in preseason. But as for some players I have seen, sometimes they look great in preseason and look lost in the regular season. The regular season is a different animal. So the Bills were in a playoff race last season. They were actually in the 6th spot of a playoff spot. And if the season ended that game before the Los Angeles Chargers game, the Bills would make the playoffs. But Sean McDermott thought Nathan Peterman looked really great in practice and had great development that he decided to bench Tyrod Taylor for Nathan Peterman, which is, at the time they needed more yards and points offensively, but of course he had 5 interceptions in the first half that season, one of the worst first halves ever in NFL history. And obviously, he was benched the next week. And that's when you thought, okay, does he really believe in this guy, that much that he would start in front of Tyrod Taylor and in the middle of a playoff race? That wasn't really the smartest way to go. And of course, he started in that snowball game, which, wasn't much passing in that game. You couldn't really evaluate him. And then he came into the playoff game last year against the Jaguars, and really, he only had maybe 30 or 40 yards to go to tie the game. So he had a big opportunity there to create a hero, to him to become a hero and save the day for the Bills, and obviously that didn't happen. He threw to the sideline, which is a recurring theme, and it got intercepted. So he basically ended the season for the Bills. So you thought, no way would Sean McDermott start Nathan Peterman in week 1. The guy who ended the Bills season last year and also threw 5 interceptions, and that loss could have been damaging to the Bills' playoff hopes, which of course, as we know, did not occur. But of course, there was a quarterback competition between A.J. McCarron and Nathan Peterman. And this is where you start to question if we have a bona fide starting quarterback who is raw, why isn't he getting the starting reps in front of these two players that have equally inexperienced NFL who also have equally NFL inexperience. And, and of course, A.J. McCarron bottomed out and got traded, which that was another curious way to go. And Nathan Peterman was the starting quarterback in week 1 in Baltimore. And Josh Allen didn't get any first team reps during training camp and even during the preseason, which I thought was criminal and not right, because you invested a 7th round pick and traded so many players and assets to get this guy, and you're not even putting him in the first string offense and seeing how he does. Didn't make sense. And Nathan Peterman did impress during training camp, but as we all know, he came into Baltimore and threw 2 terrible interceptions, and the Bills didn't even gain a first down in the first half. That's how poor they were. So you're like, you have this thought, why is Sean McDermott putting him out there? What does he see in Nathan Peterman? And of course, throughout the last month, they did not get a veteran quarterback. Nathan Peterman was number 2, and you're still wondering, why? Why is he number 2? What has he shown that makes him the best backup for this team? And of course, last Sunday, he came into Houston and got picked off 2 times, one for one pick six, which resulted in a Houston 20-13 win. And this is when you question Sean McDermott and his evaluation of talent right now. And what I believe is the reason is he's probably a really good teammate. He's a really nice guy in the locker room, and Sean McDermott wants to have that around. But in my opinion, you can't excuse a nice personality for what is going on in the field. And Nathan Peterman has not shown in his 5 appearances so far that he could handle an NFL offense. He does not have the NFL arm. He can't make the sideline throws, as we have seen repeatedly throughout the last 2 years. And if Sean McDermott has any backbone whatsoever, he would cut Nathan Peterman right when Josh Allen is healthy enough to play, and have Derek Anderson be the number 2, because that is what the Bills should be doing right now. They should be focusing their efforts solely on Josh Allen, not on a fifth-round rookie that has been one of the worst quarterbacks to ever take an NFL field. And really, his blind faith lost the Bills game last season. And if he starts in week 7 against the Colts, that could also lose the Bills locker room. Because honestly, you have to feel bad for the defense. They're playing their butts off only to lose on a pick six from a quarterback that somehow, some way, is still on the team, even though he has shown nothing in 2 years with the Bills. And if this continues, heads has to roll, and you have to question, what are the Bills doing with the quarterback position, and if they are really committed to Josh Allen. And you hope they are, because that's where the future lies. The future does not lie in Nathan Peterman. The future lies in Josh Allen, and we have to see if he can be the franchise quarterback for the Buffalo Bills. Will that be answered this season? I don't know. He's injured right now. He could be out for a couple of weeks, but he will be back, I would say, next month, as I said in the previous broadcast. But the Bills need to have a serious thought about parting ways with Nathan Peterman, because the fans and the players deserve so much more. And right now, Nathan Peterman is not doing anything. So that's my opinions. I thought I wanted to give my opinion just on Nathan Peterman and Sean McDermott. And that's chime in if you have any concerns or comments about that. But the Bills really need to think about their quarterback position. All right, go Bills.